and my man, John Buckets. Hey, Buckets. How are you, buddy?
Ian, I'm doing fantastic. At the time of recording this, it is July 4th, so I'm ready to eat a ridiculous amount of hot dogs this afternoon. I'm ready to bet on the MLS, and I'm ready to have another good freaking show. How are you, buddy?
Yeah, absolutely no danger on my mind that you enjoy a good hot dog, but the image of you eating a hot dog is not something I'd like to have in my mind. What is your nickname, Joey Chestnut? Let me ask you this, Buckets. You do know who Joey Chestnut is, right?
I do, yes.
Yeah, of course you do. I mean, you have no idea who Denzel Washington is or fucking, you know what I mean, the most famous musicians or entertainers are, but Joey Chestnut knows the Buckets. Buckets, it has been a great success in the last episode. Thank you so much to everybody out there for watching, for listening, for liking, subscribing, and commenting. You know, it makes my heart melt. I appreciate every single last one of you. On today's show, we are rapid fire. We're going through the Euro games. We're going through a quick look at the Copa America games as well. Buckets has got 5 or 6 great best bets to actually put out there. So for Eric Gunnarsson, this episode is just for you. Buckets, quick update on Euros. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
All right, round of 16 is over. Last Saturday, we saw Switzerland beat Italy 2-0. Germany beat Denmark 2-0. On Sunday, England scraped by Slovakia by 2-1. Jude Bellingham with an overhead kick beauty into the corner, ending the game. Harry Kane 2 minutes later into stoppage time, extra time, won the game. Spain were 1-0 down against Georgia, came back and won by 4-1. And on Monday, France beat Belgium 1-0. Portugal and Slovenia went to penalty kicks. And apparently, Cristiano Ronaldo does not like taking penalty kicks or scoring goals at the Euros anymore. We go to Tuesday. Romania were beaten heavily by the Netherlands by 3-0. There's a reason why John Bucketsheimer has a big cheesy grin on his face. And Austria won, Turkiye 2, which was an emphatic performance by the Turks, cashing a very early ticket for me. And I want to know how my boy John Bucketsheimer is doing on the Euros with your units. How's it going?
Ian, it's finally going well. The group stage kicked my butt a little bit, but we cleaned up in the round of 16. We're not going to do a full recap, but while we did go 2-2 on our Euro bets in the round of 16 from last shows, we also hit our Copa play, and then we also hit a weird amount of score predictions. Most noticeably, we called that 4-1 Spain victory at plus 1600 exactly. And I saw people tweeting us tickets on that. And that always makes me happy because I don't bet correct scores. That's just that extra information that people love so much. So it's nice to see so many people cashing on those.
Congratulations to the loyal listener who was brave enough to go on social media and say, I hope this result stands, because Buckets did say 4-1 and I decided to go with Buckets' prediction. Buckets, would you like to know exactly how the Joy Boy IPJ is doing right now in the Euros?
Yep. Let's hear it.
Joy BJ, IPJ is up 98.1 units on Euro 2024. Now, John Bucketsheimer has pretty much been my educator throughout this whole process. We started back in 2022, where, of course, I had great success and made a bunch of profit, but 98 units in the Euros, and we're just getting to the quarterfinals. Is very sexy indeed, Buckets. As you know, I like to do things differently, buddy.
Yeah, you do things much differently than I do and much differently than most people. But if it works, we're not going to bash it, man. I just want to say, because you texted me, and I believe you tweeted this one as well, you had Turkey to score in the first half of that Austria game. And if I'm not mistaken, that might have been the fastest cash I think I've ever seen, maybe?
59 seconds, and it might even be 57 seconds, that one. Actually, gosh, I had a first half goal for Turkey and plus numbers. I ran all the way to the bank. But yes, of course, listen, I am still 25, 40, and 2 in all honesty, because I do like to play some long shots. I do like to play some prop bets. I do like to do little bits and pieces, and sometimes, Buckets, I'm not embarrassed enough to say that I hedge my bets, because, of course, many people out there know that I like to play, good unit size on some big major competitions, and I'm having a lot of success with it right now. Long may that continue. The Euros are not done yet. It can all go horribly wrong, or this could be the greatest competition of my fucking life. Let's look ahead to the quarterfinal, Buckets. They are coming up on Friday and Saturday, if I'm not mistaken. Germany against Spain, Portugal against France on Friday, which will be sexy indeed. And then we go to Saturday, the Netherlands against Turkiye and England against Switzerland. Now, Buckets, because this is a rapid-fire betting show, are you ready to get straight into the bets?
Yeah, let's not hold back. Let's give Eric Gunnarsson what he's been waiting for, baby.
Hold on a minute. I thought you were going to actually grab the stage and tell us all how well you did on your bets yesterday. I teach you up this
Oh,
thing. Hold on, Ian. I've been crushing it online. Talk to me. Dub
yep,
Club, doesn't
yep.
matter whether it's your free bets. Buckets, you fucking nailed it yesterday.
So here's the problem: is Ian's talking about how he's plus 95 units over this competition. The way I bet is much different. I never bet more than a single unit on any matchup. It's just how I do it. It's how I've always done things. But yesterday, I tweeted out a total of 19 bets for everyone. Wait, 18 bets for everyone. 18 bets on a random ass Wednesday in July with no European action going on. 18 wagers, and we went 16-2 across those 18. It was the best betting day of my career. I mean, I've been doing this for 3 years, and plus 12 units is the pinnacle of what Buckets does because I only bet one unit. I'm not doing anything crazy. I'm not doing the IPJ strategy that is working very well right now. This is just how I like to do things. So hitting 16 bets out of 18, Ian, for me, it was a lot of fun, first of all, but I know we made so many people so much money, and that's what I'm here for. That's what it's all about.
Best in the motherfucking business right there. John Bucketimer absolutely cleaning up. We're proud of you. Stoppage Time is so grateful to have you. And the betting space is so grateful to have you. Buckets, I don't know anyone like you. I certainly don't know anyone who's as entertaining as you. I can't, for some reason, get the images of hot dogs flying at you. You know that GIF
The
where
GIF,
the hot
yep.
dogs are flying in the face? I can just picture you for some reason with the hot dogs smashing your face. Anyway, you know, it wouldn't be an episode of Stoppage Time if we didn't get to some wagers from our betting expert. Yes, that's right, the greatest betting expert in fucking history, John Bucketimer. Welcome back to Buckets Hits the Big Time. Today we go Euro heavy for our loyal listeners with the blonde bombshell, the betting expert, our unicorn, John Eimer. Buckets, I'm looking for a best bet for each Euro knockout game. I also, if you don't mind, maybe just ask you for a Copa America game for any game that's coming up this weekend. So let's begin with Friday, the game that's kicking off at 12 Eastern, and Germany against Spain.
So the good news is that I think I found a way for us to make a lot of money on this game. The bad news is, as a fan of Germany and the German national team, I don't know if you want to bet on Germany right now. I know that they're the host nation. They've looked great. They've done well this competition, but nobody has looked as good as Spain right now. My word, Spain is just running over teams. They have an attack that can score 4 goals while their best player is irrelevant on the pitch. They have so many players that can score from anywhere. This is a team that when you bet on them, we finally have a team that we can consistently bet on goals. And the fact, Ian, that both teams to score when you've got Germany and Spain playing is playable at minus 125. I thought this was going to be a minus 180, and I was going to have to say, well, let's parlay
Wow.
it. Let's do a little bit. Both teams to score is minus 125 with two teams that are scoring for fun right now. I know that a lot of times in Euros, like we've seen with France and Belgium and England, those kind of games can become very cagey, but that's not how either of these teams are playing right now. BTTS at minus 125 all day because I think Spain's going to score very early in this one and force Germany to go all out on the attack.
Well, it's just funny you say that, John Bucketimer, because, you know, I know this is a rapid fire John Bucketimer's betting show, but at the same time, IPJ, as I mentioned already, I'm up pretty heavily in the Euros right now. And there's a few leans that I'm looking at. And one of the leans was Spain to score a first half goal at
Yeah.
plus 110, which is absolutely insane. Spain, 5 first half goals so far in the tournament, at least 1 first half goal in 3 of the 4 games that they've played in the tournament so far. So I'm just leaning, I'm giving you stats here. The only downfall is the contrary, the opposite, and that is Germany has only conceded 2 goals so far and only 1 in the first half. So I'm leaning a little bit towards Spain getting that early goal as well, John Bucketimer. Plus 110 seems to be a crazy number.
It's a crazy number, and all of the numbers are crazy in this one. I looked at some goal scorers just for fun. Every single player to score is currently plus odds in this matchup. I know it's tricky because there are so many goal scorers, but Ian, I think we're going to see 3 or 4 goals in this one. I really do.
Let's go to Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern, Portugal against France. What you got?
Portugal versus France. This is the kind of game that you want to turn off the television and not even watch it because France, the number 2 team on the planet, right? One of the best attacking teams in the world, scored twice in their opening 3 matches and then only beat Belgium 1-0 off an own goal. Meanwhile, Portugal have not scored in their last 2 Euros matches. We have Cristiano Ronaldo. We've got Bruno Fernandes or Fernandes, or however you say it. We've got Kylian Mbappe, Antoine Griezmann. We've got Olivia. We've got so many good goal scorers, And these are two teams that aren't scoring goals. And it's pissing me off because I can't sit here, look you in the eyes, and tell you to bet on goals in this one. So instead, the way that I'm finding value in this matchup is betting that both teams aren't going to do shit. A first half draw is minus 105 here. This game could be 0-0 at halftime. But if you do first half draw, in case if we do finally get some action, and this is 1-1 at halftime, you can still cash this ticket as well, Ian. I just don't think there's enough to differentiate these sides. And I think that both sides will be so scared and so timid to make that first mistake that we're going to see another really slow 45 minutes with them.
Very possible. Although the last time they did meet in 2021 edition of the 2020 Euros, I believe in the group stage, it was 2-2 in that game. So anything can happen, of course. But yes, I think you're playing it safe like there. I'm going a little bit different. I just want to give a lean towards our loyal listeners. I'm leaning towards Portugal to win either half in this game because I'm a big fan of Team Portugal. I know Buckets pointed out the obvious there. They haven't scored in the last two games. Obviously, had to go through penalty kicks in the last game. Extra time isn't good either. But remember, I just need them to win one half here. If it's a high-scoring game, I have a better possibility. If it's a low-scoring game, I pretty much need them to win the game. But if I'm leaning towards Portugal actually winning this tie, then why would I not look at the plus numbers of plus 110 for Portugal to win either half? Your thoughts on that one, Buckets? I know you're a bit closer than that, though.
I'm definitely nervous just because I don't think there's going to be goals in this one, but I don't hate that for plus numbers. If I have to lose my bet and Portugal is up 1-0 in the first half, that's kind of how I see France potentially playing this, though, is that playing from behind, kind of regrouping in the second half. There's not really a way we both win unless Portugal wins outright, but I really like that line at plus 110.
Let's go to Saturday, 12 Eastern, England against Switzerland. I am on the money line. It's plus 120. I'm not going anywhere near players. I'm just wondering how brave my boy Buckets is.
Your boy Buckets is so tired of this England team, and I'm so tired of watching a team that has, again, Jude Bellingham, Phil Foden, Harry Kane, all these amazing goal scorers, not score damn goals. You have 90 minutes to score against Slovakia, and you have to wait until the 90 plus fifth minute for some Jude Bellingham miracle. This just doesn't make sense. This is an England team that has, again, incredible strikers, and they're getting a single shot on target in 90 minutes of play against Slovakia. It is, I don't know what it is, Ian. It makes me mad. I'm shaking talking about this team because all I've heard for the last 2 weeks is Southgate out, and I won't get into this one for you, but Berhalter out. It is just people angry at their coaches and angry at their managers, and I get where they're coming from, and I'm just finally putting my foot down. Switzerland double chance here at minus 140. It's a little bit of juice, but England is lucky to be at this point in this competition. And as weird as it sounds for me, Switzerland has looked like one of the best teams in this competition. This is a team that is playing incredibly unified football right now, and they are beating clubs that they have no business beating right now. And if England doesn't step up and play how England is supposed to play in this competition, mark my words, they will not beat Switzerland.
Yeah, I agree, but I think in sometimes when you're not performing well offensively, like this England team has so many weapons offensively, defensively, they've got to be a bit more solid. So I'm looking at obviously the England money line because I feel like it could be a 1-0, 2-0 game to England. I think they turn it on, at least get the goal to win and go through in regulation time. Let me remind you. There's also another little bet that I'm looking at here. It's England to have a clean sheet at plus 130. And that's why I'm leaning heavily on the fact that England know they've got to defend well. And if they're to the best of their abilities defensively, it'll be very difficult for Switzerland to score, even though they've been one of the more impressive and entertaining offensive-minded teams in this competition so far. So that's why I'm pretty much staying away from this game. I might not even place a wager on this game. Those are just some leans that I'm thinking about, but I think I might stay away from it. Just let the game go on. Bet live and bet responsibly. Saturday, 3 p.m. Eastern, it's the Netherlands against Turkiye. Buckets, I've got a fucking cracker for you, and I can't believe I found it. Where are you going?
I'm going to the most classic Turkiye bet I could possibly think of, and there is no way for me to bet this game, Ian, but both teams to score. It's minus 115, so we're once again getting a case of the book saying we're not really sure if Turkiye could score against anyone. They could score against the best starting 11 for Brazil in country history. This Turkiye team is just weird, man. They're not playing dominating football. They're not dominating possession. They're not dominating shots. But all they need are 3 shots on targets to score 2 goals against an Austria team that was sound, that won the group with France and Netherlands. Turkiye beat that team. Now they play Netherlands. I know that Netherlands are the better team. I honestly think Netherlands win this matchup, but you are not going to beat Turkiye without scoring 2 or more goals because Turkiye is going to get that one. Give me both teams to score all day. And I know we haven't played this video, but did you see the video of the French commentator saying Arda Güler's name? Arda Güler! Arda Güler. I mean, just getting really into it. The passion was there. And now I'm betting on Arda Güler to do everything just because of that clip. It was so much fun.
It's the small things in life, Buckets, that gets you
Oh,
entertained, right? One name pronunciation and you're betting on him. That's the influence
absolutely.
of us guys who work in entertainment. All right. How about this one, Buckets? I dug deep to find something special for the loyal listeners. I cannot believe I found this one. Hakan Çalhanoğlu,
Yep.
one shot on target. One shot on target. Plus 150.
Oh, yeah.
Now, let me remind everybody out there, the 30-year-old was not able to play in the round of 16 clash against Austria. Of course, they won by 2-1. He missed out due to suspension. He picked up a couple of yellow cards in the group play. So they got the job done without him. But he's the leader of this fucking team, whether you like it or not. And he's an outstanding player. So he's going to be back. He's playing against a couple of his teammates from Inter as well, Denzel Dumfries and Stefan De Vrij. So it's a bit of personal, interaction right there. Confrontation, aggression, competition, whatever you choose. But plus 150 is easy money for me. Rested from the last game, didn't play, fired up, clearly wants his country to win. You could see his celebrations post-game were insane. All I'm looking for is a single shot on target from Hakan Çalhanoğlu, who takes all the free kicks, who takes all the penalty kicks, who shoots from 40 fucking yards out. All I'm looking for is one single shot on target. So far in the competition, he's got one goal. He has 2 shots on target from the 3 games that he's played, and he's taken a total of 8 shots. So yes, we need more efficiency because he only got 2 shots on target from the 8 shots taken. But this is a big game, and this is a knockout game. You need your best players playing well, and a big moment, big occasion. I wouldn't put it past Çalhanoğlu even scoring in this game. Buckets, crazy numbers.
Absolutely love it. That is an insane number to be at plus 150. To be playable for the guys you mentioned takes free kicks. And that's important because I think Netherlands will go up early in this one, which means it's going to force Turkiye to shoot from anywhere and everywhere. They absolutely can. I think that's a fantastic line. I'm going to sprinkle the goal scorer there because, again, I think Turkiye score at least one here. But Ian, I think that's a great find.
All right, let's go to your predictions before we get the fuck out of here. Germany against Spain.
I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw with Spain moving through.
Saying that with your heart until the end right there. I just don't
Yeah.
see Germany beating Spain in 90 minutes. I
No.
just don't see it. Spain too good. Spain too dangerous. Germany need to score early if they're going to get an opportunity. But I do think the Spain score earlier, and I think this game could be 3-0, 2-0, something like that, maybe even 2-1, something like that, so that Buckets cashes. Let's go to Portugal against France.
France, Portugal, I'm going with a 1-0, but I'm going to say 1-0 either way. I have no clue who wins this one, Ian.
Portugal are going to win it, of course, because I'm looking for them to win either half right there. Saturday, we got the Netherlands against Turkey. Let's go to that one before we finish off talking about England.
Netherlands versus Turkey. This is my big one for goals. I'm going 3-2 Netherlands victory here.
Yeah, I like that one. I like 3-2. I think high scoring game in this one as well. And hopefully Çalhanoğlu gets the ball in the back of the net, at least one shot on target. I expect both teams to score. Could be a 3-1 game, maybe, as well. Netherlands, I think, might just be a bit too strong, but this Turkey team could turn up at any time. All right, real quickly, England against Switzerland. You are not a fan of England, apparently, and they're going to struggle.
They're going to struggle. I'm going with another one going to PKs here. 1-1 draw, and I've got Switzerland going through on this one still.
God damn it. Yeah, I think England are going to win this game by 1 or 2-0. That's just the way I see it. I see a clean sheet. I see England putting out a good performance defensively and making it an ugly game. I think it'll be a game we'll all be still complaining about, but England will move on to the semi-finals. If you look at their bracket, they're clearly on track to do well in this competition. Their favourable side of the draw. Maybe it was all planned until they get to this stage. But at some point, if England do turn it on, they could be favorites to win this whole fucking thing. Buckets, that was a rapid fire episode of Stoppage Time for our loyal listeners about the Euros and Copa America. Before we get the fuck out of there, you have one Copa America bet to provide me for the weekend. Where are you going?
I do. I'm looking at the matchup between Uruguay and Brazil, and I've been saying this since day one. Uruguay are the dark horse in this competition. Brazil had a couple good games, but still falling apart right now. Uruguay draw no bet, Ian, is plus 110. Don't give me those odds for Uruguay. Don't give me these odds for a team that has Darwin Nunez. I know he's not great with Liverpool, but that has scored 10 goals now in his last 8 matches. Brazil, got no faith in them. Uruguay winning the whole Copa.
All right, there you have it, everybody. Rapid fire stoppage time in your face. Buckets, I appreciate you. Have a great weekend. Producer Jeff, have a fantastic weekend. Enjoy. This is obviously July 4th, Independence Day to everybody out there. I hope you've celebrated positively and responsibly. By the time you watch this one, the games will be just about to kick off. We're going to be ramming this down your throat on Friday and Saturday. So please, everybody, bet responsibly, be smart, have fun, enjoy the weekend, but most importantly, make sure you absolutely have it!
Stoppage time.